Narcissists often do things that seem sudden, shocking, out of nowhere, and you're left confused wondering why. You just don't get it. You gave them everything. Your time, your energy, your money, your emotions. You thought you were building something real. A relationship, a future, something meaningful. But then just like that, they go and destroy it all. They turn cold, distant, cruel. They start arguments out of thin air. They cause chaos for no reason. It's like they don't want to be happy. They don't want peace. They don't want love or connection or security. And it doesn't make any sense to you, because you assume those are things that every human being wants. You assume they just got scared or confused. Maybe they don't know what they're doing. But here's the truth. They do know. What they're doing is deliberate, it's calculated, and it's designed to produce a very specific effect. And that's exactly what we're going to uncover in this video. Narcissists often do sudden, shocking things for no apparent reason. One day they're all in, invested, obsessed, glued to you. The next they pull away completely, and it leaves you confused. You wonder why. You gave them everything. Your time, your energy, your money, your emotions. You thought you were building something real, but then they just destroy it. It's like they don't want peace. They don't want connection. They don't even want to be happy. They just want chaos, drama, confusion. And it doesn't make any sense. You assume everyone wants love, security, growth. But the narcissist doesn't. They want something else entirely. And here's what most people miss. They do know what they're doing. It's not random. It's deliberate. It's calculated. They want to trigger a very specific effect in you. And that's what we're going to break down right now. At first, they made you feel like they only won. They ignored every other option. They chased you. They mirrored you. They wanted to know everything about you. They made you believe you were chosen, special. But once they secured you, once they knew they had you, they flipped. Suddenly, they wanted anyone but you. And the reason is simple but devastating. They know they don't deserve you. They sold you a fantasy, a character, a mask. They're not that person. They never were. And now they hate you for desiring the mask. They resent you for wanting the fantasy they created, because deep down they know it's not real. They know they're just a cheap knockoff of what you actually deserve. Everything you loved about them, the confidence, the charisma, the passion, it wasn't them. It was a costume, stitched together from celebrities, social media, old exes, cultural archetypes. And now, being around you, it reminds them of the lie. So what do? They pull back, not because there's something wrong with you, but because there's something deeply wrong with them. They pull back to make you feel what they feel, to project their shame and insecurity onto you, to make you question yourself, just like they question themselves every day. You were tricked. You were lured in with high interest, charm, intensity, and now you feel like you've been trapped. Because the person you fell for doesn't exist. The real version of them, miserable, bitter, angry. They're not fun-loving. They're not confident. They're not even attractive in the ways you once believed. And they keep you at arm's length, because if you got too close, you'd see the truth. You'd see they're nothing like the image they project. And if you saw that, they'd lose all power. They'd lose their supply. What's really happening is this. They've moved their performance to a new audience, while you're confused, hurting, craving connection. They're on Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, dating apps, performing, getting validation, being worshipped by strangers, just like you once did. You're now the backstage crew, the one who sees the mess, the farting, the burping, the rudeness, the laziness, the disgusting reality they hide from everyone else. But that's who they really are, and that's who they want to feel comfortable with. Because keeping up the act takes energy, and once the mask slips, once they know they have you hooked, they stop pretending. You get the real them, which means you get the abuse. And this is what the narcissist never wants you to realize. They're not withholding love. They're not even withholding affection or intimacy. That's not what this is really about. What they're actually withholding is your sense of self. Your peace, your clarity, your freedom. Because with narcissists, it's never about love, it's a transaction. You gave them everything. Your time, your passion, your enthusiasm, your belief in them. You invested in the character they were pretending to be, and they gave you nothing in return. So now, without even knowing it, you're chasing your own essence. The version of you that felt alive, whole, excited, before they stole it. Before they mirrored it and fed it back to you in small addictive doses. They've ransomed your authenticity, and they're dangling it above your head, acting like they're the source of the thing that always came from you. You're not really chasing them. You're chasing the feeling of being yourself again. The calm, the joy, the confidence. Because when you first met them, you felt seen. But it was only a mirror. They just reflected back your values, your dreams, your strengths. And now, they're acting like they're the free one, the happy one, the desirable one. But look closely. They're just performing with your old lights. That's what you're addicted to, not their love, because they never gave you love. What you're addicted to is the version of you that they absorbed and impersonated. And now you're stuck in the loop, trying harder and harder to win their affection. Begging, not for them, but for the return of your identity. And they don't even see it. They're delusional enough to believe you want them, when all along they were feeding off of you. You were robbed. They never followed through on promises, never showed up emotionally, never reciprocated. They just held up a mirror, and when the reflection cracked, all that was left was your own inner child, crying out to be loved again. This isn't just about a toxic relationship, this is about childhood programming. That dynamic you feel is the same dynamic you may have had with a narcissistic parent, someone you had to perform for, someone you had to win over, just to feel safe. It's not real connection. They don't know how to connect. They can't be vulnerable. They just shift masks based on your reactions. At first, they mirrored your dreams. Now, they mirror your fears and your pain. That's not love. That's emotional slavery. And the moment you wake up to that, the second you realize you were chasing yourself all along, you're free. You no longer need their validation. You no longer beg for love from people who can't feel it. You stop playing the role and start writing your own story. And when you choose peace, when you come back to your own energy, your own rhythm, your own truth, they lose all power over you. Now is your moment to reclaim your freedom, not by reacting, not by chasing, but by returning home to yourself. If this spoke to you, like, comment, share this with someone who needs to hear it, subscribe and hit the bell icon for more content like this. For coaching, healing guidance, or to support the channel, see the links below. You are not broken. You are becoming aware, and awareness is freedom.